checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Just as soon as it started, Ricky Starks' GCW run is over. Company announced on Tuesday, Starks have been pulled from all of his upcoming GCW appearances. Includes unannounced matches in December, an unannounced match at their Hammerstein Ballroom event January 19th. Shortly before the announcement, Fightful Select reported it was AEW's move to pull Starks' appearances. Decision being made November 26th. AEW was unhappy regarding GCW star Effy's recent comments regarding Shad Khan and Tony Khan and AEW running the Hammerstein Ballroom 1 month prior to GCW's event. Starks made his first appearance over the weekend confronting Jimmy Lloyd. Cut a promo saying he was tired of sitting at home, called himself a generational superstar, laid out Lloyd. In a new interview with Chris Van Vliet, talked about his status with AEW, which he hasn't been used since the end of March. Quote, I could have 1,000 theories about what's really going on. Fact of the matter is that if I don't have a definitive answer, I can't just make up an answer for people and just assume. Would I love to know the exact reason? For sure. Do I have speculations about why? Sure. But that does nothing. To speak on things that I speculate does nothing for the situation. I think it's just a matter of, it sucks. Brett Lauderdale commented on him being pulled. He said, Ricky Starks has worked for GCW before. He's no stranger. We know him. We had a little bit of a relationship. He's also pretty tight friends with a few of the people in our locker room. He, like many others, reached out to us, asked if we'd be interested. Of course, we'd love to have a guy like Ricky Starks. We know how talented he is, about how popular he is. His promo and his appearances could have easily led to good business in many different directions. So I think it was a big opportunity, and a big opportunity seized, and up until a couple of hours ago, it looked like we were on the right track, all of us. Theoretically, an independent contractor is independent. They can go and work wherever they want. But in wrestling, these independent contractors don't seem to be very independent. They're at the whim of an employer, which sure makes it seem like they are an employee. I don't know. It's above our pay grade. I'm just an indie wrestling company, and I don't have people under contract. I don't really have a line of communication with AEW. Never talked to Tony Khan on the phone or via text in my life. They don't talk to me. I'm not trying to say that necessarily in a negative context, but I guess we've never really had to talk. I haven't been on the phone with AEW where they've given me an explanation, asked me any questions or anything. No communication with AEW over this. I don't know where it goes beyond Ricky Starks. Of course, Sunday was Bloodsport, Jersey City. John Moxley was there, Marina was there, some others, many others actually were there, both on and off camera. So I'm not sure what the deal is. Of course, I've heard things in many different directions, but again, without hearing it directly from AEW, it's hard to tell what's real and what is not. So he was asked about Effy's podcast. Fightful reported the comments made on Effy's podcast regarding Tony's father, Shad Khan. I like a little Shad. Played a role in the decision. He should be a character.
Like his mustache, that's all you like.
He should be a character on. He should be like a top heel.
No, we can't talk about him.
I'm not saying anything negative. I'm saying you should be a top heel.
I don't think Effy said anything negative, but keep going.
He says, I don't get to regularly tune into Effy's podcast, so I don't really aware of anything that would be considered too controversial, like he would have said. I've only heard snippets now. I'm trying to find the actual quote here from Effy's podcast. It was definitely about Shad. Let me find it here.
I think the only thing that I recall him saying about Shad was he had a line about, you give your kid a bunch of money to let him stay away, to keep him away from you. And that was part of a bunch of other stuff that he was saying as well, too. But that seemed to be as spicy as he got on Shad Khan. He did direct shots at Tony Khan and at AEW for saying that, you're running at a $40 million deficit or whatever it is, and you have to come and book the Hammerstein after we've already announced it for 3 straight nights. And he expressed some displeasure over that, and that seems to be the reason that all of this is now occurring. Apparently.
Okay, here we go. So he had a lot to say. So I won't read all of it here.
Weekend at Effy's?
Everyone was upset that AEW is running like a month before their big Hammerstein show, which is coming up in January. And the stuff regarding Shad was Effy saying, Brett does not own a football team. Brett doesn't have a dad who pays him to stay away. I don't want this to be a personal thing, I don't, but hey guys, you're not the only game in town, it's fine. I can't stop you from running venues, but in my line of work, when TNA Impact wanted to run center stage, GCW a month before and a month after, we were told we could not have those dates that we had secured before because it was competing with something they were doing. And now it just seems the game and the respect never goes both ways, and it's fine. We're not mad. Our people will be there. Our show will be great. We will show it out, but it isn't fun to see that, like, we're so out of ideas right now, the timing is that conspicuous to you showing up and doing that immediately after we announced what we are doing.
If you take the dig at Shad out about paying him to stay away, like, that's just his opinion on what is taking place. That's an independent contractor for an independent wrestling company saying something about another company. Again, if that's the reason why, to me it just feels more like they're using this as an excuse so Ricky Starks cannot work the biggest independent, the most notable, I mean, no offense to Defy or anything like that, but nationally, the biggest independent wrestling promotion out there. You're just using that as an excuse where you don't want him to appear there, and then I would assume immediately walk into NXT or WWE with a bunch of buzz behind him, but I don't see how this is going to help your cause if you're Tony Khan, and I don't see how this is going to help you as far as perception goes. The best I've seen anybody says is, well, Effy messed everybody's money up. I saw it in the chat a little bit earlier on.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notify button, and you'll never miss a video again.